Namaskar. Hello, everyone. Today, let's explore a profound cosmic principle. This is called Brahmacakra. So, this isn't just a philosophical concept, it's the very framework of existence, the cycle that governs birth, evolution, and this ultimate liberation of all beings. So, Shrii Shrii Anandamurti, he's a great spiritual master and philosopher, and my guru. He explained Brahmacakra as the eternal movement of consciousness from the supreme into the world of form and back again to the supreme. So, understanding this cycle can transform the way we see our own lives and our spiritual journey. And I just wanted to take a little bit here to dive into this. So the word Brahmacakra, it comes from Sanskrit. So Brahma means the cosmic entity, and chakra means cycle. So it refers to the continuous movement of the universe. So creation, evolution, and return back to the source. In Anandamarga philosophy, Anandamarga was formed by Shrii Shrii Anandamurti, and Anandamarga means the path of bliss. So this cycle of Brahmacakra is not random. It follows a precise and you could say a scientific process. So the supreme consciousness, which is infinite and formless, expresses itself in stages. So first as matter, then as living beings, then as higher awareness, and finally as the pure realized consciousness. And this is the great spiritual journey of all existence. So this understanding isn't just theoretical. It directly impacts how we live, how we meditate, and how we progress on this spiritual path. So Brahmacakra consists of two main movements. The path of creation, which is called Pratisaincara, and the path of return called Saincara. So let's break those two things down a little bit here. So Pratisaincara, this is the cosmic descent into form. So in the beginning, everything is this pure, undifferentiated consciousness, or what they call Brahma. So, but this supreme consciousness has an inherent creative force called Prakriti. So this is the cosmic operative principle. So through Prakriti's influence, consciousness starts to become more condensed, moving from this extremely subtle state to these gross material states. So this process follows specific stages here. It starts with ether. This is the first stage where consciousness takes on the subtlest form of matter. And then air. This is a further densification, leading to movement and expansion. Then it moves to fire. This is a stage of transformation where energy manifests more actively. And then to a liquid form, where a more tangible state, which brings fluidity and flow. And then a solid, and this is the densest form of consciousness, where energy becomes the material world as we experience it, as we know it. So from this solid matter, life eventually emerges. And through evolution, beings develop higher and higher faculties. First basic life, then animals, then finally the human consciousness. And so that Pratisaincara. Second, here we have Saincara. This is the journey back to the infinite. So at the human stage, a crucial kind of turning point happens. Unlike other forms of life, humans have the capacity for clearly reflected consciousness, clearly reflected self-awareness, and conscious evolution. So this is where the inward journey begins. This is the return to the Supreme. So through the human structure and through the spiritual practice and meditation, selfless service, inner realization, we move back from the crude, from these animalistic and crude reflexive tendencies, back to the most subtle. And our minds expand in this process. Our consciousness refines, and ultimately we merge back into the supreme consciousness. And this is this final kind of liberation. This is what is called moksha. So understanding Brahmacakra gives us a roadmap for our spiritual journey. It tells us where we came from, where we are now, and where we are going. So Shrii Shrii Anandamurti explained that this cycle is not mechanical, it's deeply purposeful, right? The purpose of creation is not suffering or struggle, but the expansion of this divine awareness. And each experience and each challenge and each moment of joy or sorrow is part of a grand evolutionary design guiding us toward ultimate realization. This is why spiritual practice is essential here. Without it, we are caught in the lower stages of this evolution, repeating cycles of birth and death, pulled by instincts and all of these desires. But with proper effort, meditation, self-discipline, devotion, we accelerate our journey, moving very quickly toward this moksha or liberation. So how, I think the next question is how can we consciously participate in this cosmic movement? How can we align ourselves with the flow of this Brahmacakra? So I would suggest first with deep meditation and consistent, right? Regular meditation. It helps us withdraw from the crude and connect with the subtler states of consciousness. And let me express here also that Shrii Shrii Anandamurti states that we never suppress or regress at any stage of our development. So it's never about suppression or regression, right? We'd also want to look at mantra practice. So this is like a sound vibration, especially with the mantra Bhavanam Kevalam. It attunes our mind to the Supreme. So Bhavanam Kevalam it quite literally means the nearest and dearest, but it also can mean consciousness is all there is, or love is all there is. Next, we would look at seva, or this selfless service. So by helping others, we expand beyond the ego and accelerate our movement toward that liberation once again. We want to look at discipline and morality. This is where the yama and niyama. So a lot of you who have studied yoga would hear about the yama and niyama. And these are the ethical principles that keep our energy, you could say, pure and focused, right? And we have to dig into these and understand these in a personal manner. We don't just want to parrot or repeat information. We want to understand it in a very subjective and personal way and develop a relationship with, say, like these ethical principles like yama and niyama. We want to look at spiritual study. So we reflect on these higher truths to sharpen our intellect and deepen our wisdom. So by integrating all of these practices into our daily life, we consciously move in harmony with this Brahmacakra instead of being unconsciously pulled by it. We will move no matter what. But when we're doing it consciously, we're contributing to that the greater good and greater whole, and with much more clarity. So what's the ultimate lesson here of Brahmacakra? Is it that we aren't separate from the Supreme? Right? It's the journey outward and the journey inward are both part of the Same divine play. Everything, everything we experience, pleasure, pain, birth, death, all of it, is part of greater movement toward realization. So Shrii Shrii Anandamurti reminded us that the final goal is not just to understand the cycle, but also to transcend it. And once again, I have to add that we neither suppress or regress in any stage of this development. So through deep meditation, through devotion, through this kind of this absolute surrender to the Supreme, we go beyond the cycle of birth and rebirth, and we merge fully into the infinite bliss. This Brahmacakra is turning. So the question is, will we move unconsciously, or will we awaken and return home together? Namaskar.